All right, what's good, y'all? Now, apparently, Simone Biles has been causing a lot of controversy because she decided to withdraw from the Olympics. So, let's just check this out.
I think that people are using Simone Biles as their own soapbox. If they want to make a point about how much they love Simone Biles, good for her. Mental health is important, and it is, of course. And if they want to make a point about athletes getting softer, they say, come on, yeah, we know you have to perform. That's always been the case. And there's the truth. There's truth to that, too. So I think people are kind of using this to make a point. My feeling about Simone Biles is she is not.
I mean, is it your feeling or are you talking about what you know? And to say, my feeling, I feel this on this, I feel this on that. It's not going to lead to anywhere. I tell people the facts.
Obligated to compete as long as she's not like, is she hurting Team USA? Did she pull out in such?
I mean, she is the best, right? When you take the best at whatever it may be, it does end up hurting the person or hurting the team, rather.
A way where she wasn't going to, her points wouldn't accrue to. No, she waited until that wouldn't be like she competed as far as it wouldn't hurt them, and now it hurt us.
I mean, it's gonna hurt. I get what he's saying. He's saying it's not hurting them during this event, but later on, it's gonna hurt them then because they're going to need her, right? She's the best of all time, right? My issue is with commitment. Once you say you're committed to something, you got to stay committed. Because I don't know, a lot of people aren't going to like this. Here's the facts of this. She quit on her team. People aren't going to like it, but she quit on her team. It is what it is. That's a fact, a factual statement. Now, is it because of mental health? I don't know. I can't touch her mind. I can't go and see where where she's being hurt mentally and pull it out and physically touch it. I can't do that. But what we do know is that she quit. And that's why people are upset because she made a commitment and didn't stick through with it.
Us, and now it's like, okay, I want to step back. I'm not feeling it right now. That's okay. What I notice is, and she's the greatest of all time. Like, I don't know if people want to make the point, well, you can't be the.
Because what's going to end up happening, you're going to have a bunch of people that start quoting willy-nilly just because they can. Not say and not honor their commitment or contract that they made. Like, well, I said I was going to do this, but I choose not to anymore. I don't feel like it. Even Max has said she doesn't feel like it anymore. I mean, you can't trust people like that. At least when it comes to substantial commitments or relationships that actually mean something.
Be the greatest of all time and still do this sort of thing. Well, obviously you can, because she is the greatest of all time, and she's doing it. But what occurs to me is you see Simone Biles doing this. You saw Naomi Osaka doing this. And we are living in a time, like, why all of a sudden is this happening, right? To high-profile athletes, women, some of the highest-profile female athletes in the world. And I think it's a combination of social media, which has created more media and therefore more criticism, more negative media. I would imagine, I'm not a woman of color, but Kimberly, you can.
Here we go. This stuff right here, and I don't even know if enlightens a word, but brings out the victimhood. I'll say that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Black women have their issues, but this right here, it's more or less encouraging people to be victims. You go through this every day. You go through that every day. Don't get me wrong. I get some people go through their issues, but at the end of the day, no one's gonna care. It's gonna be about what you do about it. Because honestly, if people cared, they'd be giving you money or something like that to help you. Because I'm not saying Simone Biles is doing this. We have a lot of people that go on Twitter, Instagram, say they may even make up a fake story about what they're going through just to feel validation from other people and be like, oh, I feel so sorry for you, just to get their sympathy. But at the end of the day, that sympathy isn't doing anything for you. You have to do something for yourself in order to keep moving forward.
This more directly than I can, I imagine, particularly for women of color. But I would also say that along with that added pressure and added negative stuff coming people's way, there's also empowerment, and so you can feel that added pressure, but you can also do something about it. Athletes
Thank you, sir.
are now more empowered by some of the same kind of mechanisms that create the pressure, including social media. And so now if they are feeling this added pressure and they're feeling like, you know what, I'm not feeling this right now, they actually have a say in what happens. And I think that
some people crack under pressure and some people rise to the occasion. All depends on what type of person you're dealing with is.
we're like Naomi Osaka and now Simone Biles are reacting to the time and place and the kind of pressures that of the time and place in which they're competing. But
I can't even say it's pressure, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong. You have sports pressure and then you have actual pressure. Like when someone doesn't know when their next meal is going to be, or if they don't know if they're going to be able to pay the rent for this month or next month. It's little stuff. Well, I can't even call that. Not even little stuff. That's big stuff right there. But someone, and I like to use basketball as an analogy, someone at like the free throw line about to lose a game, they'll live. They'll be able to keep on going the next day. They may be sad after missing it, and they keep moving forward. It's nothing. It's nothing to compare to real life pressure.
But they also have remedies for that. Look, you know what? I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take a step back. And I would just reinforce again the idea that for those who would say, well, then you can't be the greatest, but she already is. Mm-hmm. So obviously you can be.
You want to go, Kimberly?
Oh.
Molly messing up. Messing up who goes.
Go ahead, Kim.
Yeah, go ahead, Kimberly. Oh, first of all, I'll just say Simone Biles.
That's right. Look out for your girl.
Biles had already solidified herself as the GOAT. Tokyo was going to be the icing on the cake. There was nothing that she was going to do that was going to make us say, oh, now she's really the GOAT. As somebody who covers athletes, as somebody who's covered baseball, football, basketball, I've watched Major League Baseball pitchers have the yips. I've talked to baseball players about consulting a sports psychologist. The pressure is real. I think as
no, that's not real pressure. It's all mental. You can't physically touch the pressure.
Max was saying, what's happening now is that athletes are finally being honest about the burden. You know, I was watching the Olympic coverage over the weekend, and I noticed a Simone Biles interview where she talked about how at 24, she felt it in her body. The injuries her body hurts. She feels old. And of course, I was like, wait, what? At 24, she feels old? And then she started talking more about.
Well, that comes from constant stress. If you're stressed out mentally, usually it's gonna see an effect in your body. I will say that. Like I said, it's all mental. Once you're able to get past the mental block, you'll be straight.
The pressure and how she worries about the routines and injuring herself as she's doing the routines. And that's something she didn't feel when she was 19, where she just kind of felt carefree and said, I'm just going to go for it. I think it's good that athletes now are saying, no, I'm not okay. Because most of us aren't.
I can't say that's good, honestly. Because when you look, it's like going to war. It's like broadcasting your weakness out to everybody. There's some certain things you got to keep to yourself. Like take a look at Paul George. Paul George, not this last season, but the season before, where he earned his nickname Pandemic P. He was talking about how he had mental health issues. Why would you say that going into playoff games? It's just little stuff like that, because people are going to be able to take advantage of you. There's some things you got to keep to yourself. You can't say it to everybody. And if you are going to say it to somebody, you got to say it to people that you trust, people that are close to you. Understand. See what you can do about it.
Aren't. Day to day, hour to hour, in real life, if we're really going to be honest, all of us can understand what that feels like. So imagine Simone Biles, greatest.
I can't say all of us. So Say most of the people. Probably can't say all. Heck no. Because some people would be stressing out over little stuff. Like, oh, this person on Instagram doesn't like me. I'm about to go break down and cry. You ever see one of those people? It's always wanted attention, man. Talking about, I'm not okay. I get what she's saying, though. But it's levels to it.
Greatest gymnast is saying, I'm not myself. This doesn't feel right. The courage it took for her to say that, to admit that, to not be able to compete is huge. And a lot of people.
Assuming she's genuine about it. Assuming she's not trying to get attention for it. Now, can I prove that she's trying to do it? No, I can't prove that she's trying to get attention for this. I can't prove it. But I'm saying, assuming that this isn't the case.
People right now are on their soapbox, whether it's on social media, on different sports programs, saying, if I was Simone Biles, you're not. You're not. You never will be. I would have done this if I.
Nope, nor do I want to be. I'm good being myself.
Yeah, you couldn't. So I credit these athletes right now.
I can't say someone. Let's just talking about you couldn't beat them. Yeah, no one can be somebody else. But if you're saying, oh, you couldn't go out there, or what she has to deal with, you don't know that. Like I said, and I'll keep reiterating this. It's mentality.
Right now, and I hope more of them will feel better about speaking their truth, because athletes.
No. You can't speak their truth. Someone can't speak their truth. That's their opinion. You either speak the truth or you're telling a lie. Or just talking about whatever you want to talk about. There's no, speak your truth. It doesn't work like that. Because what happens when you get two people? You get two people, and apparently they have classing. I don't even know what to call it. Classing argument, classing beliefs, but they're both speaking their truth. It doesn't work that way. So who's telling the truth then?
Pressure's not new, but them being vocal about what they're struggling with and dealing with is new.
Listen, man, my late grandmother gave me the greatest gem I ever got, and I've gotten some great gems from some high-profile people. But my grandmother, Christine Spears, gave me the greatest gem. Y'all know what that was?
What is it?
Mind your damn business.
I mean, yeah, you can mind your business, but when people, I'm not gonna go on a tangent. When you're posting it to everyone out in the world, and saying, "Oh, look, I'm not, I'm not even trying to mock her, but look, I'm not going to compete in the Olympics anymore. I just don't feel right." Okay, you can't tell someone to mind their business when it's being broadcasted to the whole world. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't work that way.
People's mental health is not up for discussion. Individuals' mental.
You don't know if they are going through a mental health issue or not. You don't know. We can't physically touch it. All we had to do is take her word for it and hope that she's genuine. But when she's going out and broadcasting it to the whole world, saying that she has mental health issues, you can't then say, "Oh, mind your business. This isn't for you to discuss," even though she's telling the whole world. That just sounds idiotic to me.
Mental health is not up for discussion. That ain't your business, right?
If it ain't my business, why is she telling me?
You could talk about Simone Biles as the gymnast, as how she performed as a gymnast, but her mental health ain't up for nobody damn discussion. Because to Kimberly's point, we don't know what that girl going through, that woman going through. We don't know what people are going through. And listen,
You're right. We don't know what they're going through. Who knows? I'm not even trying to cast a negative aspersion on her, but who knows? Maybe she just didn't feel like doing it anymore. So I'm just gonna go chill at home. Like you just don't know. Like you can't take everyone's word for what they're doing or what they say. People lie every day.
I played in the NFL for 9 years. right? I've followed sports my entire life. I would rather Simone Biles and Naomi Osaka take a step back for their mental health as opposed to self-medicating, if y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, assuming she does have mental health issues again, I'd rather have that. I won't disagree with him there.
As opposed to dealing with these things in other ways where I've seen tear guys' careers apart because it was mental health things going on, but they found other avenues that wasn't good for them as individuals to do, and it ended up hindering not only them as people, but their careers. I've seen this. This is not something I'm speculating about. I've seen guys not deal with mental health. Listen, I come from a generation where
See, here's the thing though. I'm not saying Simone Biles has this issue. I'm not saying this at all. But how do you differentiate between someone having mental health issues versus them just not being mentally tough? How do you differentiate that? I need someone to explain that to me. Yeah, if that's the case, well, everyone has mental health issues then. It's not the case. So, even like someone like Kobe, he's known for being mentally tough. But there's other people, you can break them down mentally. Doesn't mean they have mental health issues. It just means they're not mentally tough.
where you don't deal with mental health. I come from a generation where people pass it off as, man, Mark is just crazy. He'll be all right. He'll deal with it later, or something that happened or impact. Success don't.
Yeah, but sometimes you do got to toughen up, man. You do got to toughen up. I'm sorry. People don't care about your feelings. They care about what you can do.
Don't make your mental health better. Money doesn't make your mental health better. The things you accomplish and calling people the GOAT, that doesn't make their mental health better. Michael Jordan stepped away from basketball to go play baseball. I guarantee you.
Yeah, but that's because his father died. Let's be honest. We know why. It's not like anything in basketball
Had a lot to do with his mental.
It's not like anything in basketball broke him down. In fact, he's one of the more known people for being mentally tough.
So the bottom line is, people's mental health ain't up for damn discussion. From basketball.
Okay, and I agree with you up to the point to where people are bringing their mental health into the discussion and broadcasting it to the world. Don't get it wrong. I get people have mental health issues, and they should do whatever they need to do in order to fix it. Don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, sometimes you're going to have to differentiate between having a mental health issue versus not being mentally tough. Because, most people that are mentally tough don't have mental health issues, per se. Most people. Anyways, that's my take on this. Agree, disagree. Let me know, I guess. Anyways, that's it on this one. So peace.